HD. ZNS Network presents The Bahamas Tonight. This segment of the news is brought to you by BTC, powered by Lime.
Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition, as we wrap up the first weekend of 2013. Good Sunday evening, Bahamas. I'm Altovise Munnings. It's so good to have you join us tonight. Here's what's making news. We begin with news from the police. Detectives were called to Yamacraw Beach Road yesterday, where they found a man dead after police say he committed suicide. Authorities report the man was found hanging from a ceiling with a rope around his neck at an unoccupied building on Yamacraw Beach Road. The discovery was made by police around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Now, ZNS News was bombarded with phone calls all morning inquiring about the suicide of a man believed to be the husband of a prominent Bahamian. Well, Police Press Liaison Officer Superintendent Stephen Dean told ZNS News today that while he's not able to release the man's identity, he did confirm the suicide took place in an abandoned building known as the Stokes House in Yamacraw Beach.
Well, I can only tell you that the police are investigating an apparent suicide that occurred sometime between 3 p.m. on Saturday at the Yamacraw Beach Road. A man was found hanging there. We do not know the circumstances. We do not have no identification on the body. We are not in the position, and we don't follow behind Facebook and all those media. We do things professionally as a Royal Bahamas Police Force organization, and we can tell you an autopsy will be performed, and that at that point, the identification will be made. Once we get a positive identification, we'll make it public.
Well, late this afternoon, family members of the victim issued a statement identifying him as the late Leon Oni Martin. The family is deeply saddened on learning of his death and say they will miss him dearly. The family's release confirmed that the Royal Bahamas Police Force is continuing its investigation, and any further comment will be reserved at this time. The family is thankful for the kind and compassionate support of family and friends, as well as the wider Bahamian community. The family asks that you continue to keep them in your prayers. The Martin family release concluded that Ani was an accomplished musician of many years and served as the accountant in the firm of 80 Hanna & Co. for more than 30 years. Now, Superintendent Dean believes there are a number of Bahamians who are under some immense pressure and often find themselves to the point where they want to take their own lives. Well, Mr. Dean suggests how to avoid these tragic turn of events.
We always say person to seek help. Try to get somebody in your life. Look at a role model, particularly look at your pastor, look at your teacher, as the case may be. Look at a trusted friend. You need to talk to somebody. We know that these are tough times for a lot of people. So we advise members of the public, persons who are going through tough times, talk to somebody. That's the way that you can get it off. You'll be surprised the help that you can get once you open up to other person. Because other persons might have similar experience. They can tell you how they overcame their experience.
And we encourage you to stay tuned to the ZNS Network as we continue to follow this developing story. Well, officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force assembled for their annual church service at St. Joseph's Catholic Church on Boyd Road today. 2012 was a year that tested the courage, strength, and resilience of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. And with another year of high homicides and even more staggering number of armed robberies. And while it was a challenging year, National Security Minister Dr. Bernard Nottage is satisfied that sufficient inroads have been made in the fight to get crime down. In fact, the minister noted that the homicide rate for 2012 is down 13%. That's over 2011's record-breaking homicide figures. The National Security Minister says statistics illustrate that a lot of crime is still attached to the illicit drug trade. And while there is no quick fix, Minister Nottage is adamant that the problem cannot continue unabated. He believes key to addressing crime is an increased presence and visibility of police in communities. Minister Nottage also assured law enforcement officials of the government's continued support. We'll have more from the police force's service in a later newscast. Well, police force officers memorialized some 20 officers killed in the line of duty at police headquarters before their annual church service this morning. Relatives and dozens of officers gathered at the Garden of Remembrance to lay wreaths and reflect on their lives of loved ones taken away so soon. President of the Royal Bahamas Police Force's Dependents Trust, Gilbert Lloyd, says close to 30 children are currently being taken care of by the trust and maintains this ceremony is just one way to bring some comfort to them and other grieving family members.
I decided to start this fund for dependents of officers and men shot in the line of duty. And this was founded in 1993. At our last count, we are now looking after over 28 children of shot officers. And this, of course, requires considerable funding. And I would be very grateful if any members of the public would help contribute to the fund.
And we have another item from the Daily Crime Report to tell you about tonight. Sometime before noon on Saturday, mobile vision officers were patrolling Bishop Street and Alexander Boulevard when they reportedly observed a man acting suspiciously. Authorities say when the man saw the police, he fled on foot. The officers then chased him but wasn't able to catch him. However, police uncovered a handgun along with a quantity of ammunition that dropped from the suspect's waist. Police also located a quantity of suspected marijuana in the area. An investigation into that incident continues. Well, from the courts, police charged 28-year-old Kings Court Yellow Elder Gardens resident Alonzo Butterfield on Friday with the Boxing Day murder of Dino Saint. Police say Saint and a 17-year-old male were reportedly walking on 3rd Street, The Grove, around 10:30 that night when two men pulled up in a white Honda Accord and reportedly opened fire on them. Saint was allegedly shot multiple times above the body and later died. Butterfield is also accused of attempting to kidnap Dino Saint and is facing 2 counts of possession of an unlicensed firearm with the intent to endanger the life of Shaquille Neely. The Yellow Elder residence is also facing 1 count of possession of 9.40 bullets. He's also accused of acting disorderly at the Central Detective Unit on December 27th and assaulting 2 police officers, and those are charges we understand he denies. Butterfield also complained through his lawyer, Michael Kemp, that he was brutalized by police and had to be hospitalized for a week due to internal injuries. Attorney Kemp also alleged that police took $13,000 from Butterfield without providing him with a receipt for the money, including his cell phone and a set of car keys. All of the complaints were noted by the court, and Chief Magistrate Roger Gomez ordered that Butterfield see a prison doctor and that he get his medication on a daily basis. Meantime, Butterfield returns to court on April 16th. 22-year-old Haitian national Lubin Justin of Kwaku Street also appeared in the Nassau Street Magistrate Court on Friday. He's accused of killing 18-year-old Joshua Roll back on June 23rd. Police say Roll, a jet ski operator, was gunned down on Kwaku Street. He was reportedly shooting dice with a group of men when 2 masked men reportedly jumped a wall and opened fire. Police say Roll later died. Now, Justin was not required to enter a plea, and a voluntary bill of indictment will be filed. He's expected to return to court on April 19th. It's time now for our first break, and we can tell you that a grand-style Junkanoo celebration was held last night for the Colors Junkanoo Group. That story on the next Saturday.